बिस्किट्स बाहर महंगे बिकते हैं, मैंने कभी एक्सपोर्ट नहीं किया, कहाँ से शुरू करूँ?
सबसे पहले DGFT पोर्टल से इम्पोर्टर एक्सपोर्टर कोड लीजिए, फिर लार्ज मैन्युफैक्चरर्स के बजाय मेंटेनेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स जैसे रिपीट बायर्स को टारगेट कीजिए। मैं एक फुल एक्सपोर्ट वर्कफ्लो बना दूं।
The look of relief there. Smart, very smart.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, अभी मैं खाना खाने गया था इसलिए नहीं चला पाया लाइव। भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई।
Yeah, you turn up and perhaps you have one or two plans, and these batters just seem a few steps ahead each time. Brilliantly executed. Goes for the gap as well because fine leg is up in the circle. Just use the pace and whatever bounce there is from Zarabani.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे, लाइक कर दे भाई। भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दे भाई, अभी मैं खाना खाने गया था इसलिए बंद कर दी थी लाइव।
See the leading run scorers this year's World Cup. Farhan for Pakistan, he'll need to play another big innings. Aiden Markram has been in terrific touch, as has Hetmeyer and Ishan Kishan. Surya Kumar contributing in almost every game. Should land safely. Didn't quite get hold of it.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे भाई, लाइक कर दे भाई।
Just bowl in, say early, his face will even deliveries, but he is not striking at his typical 200. Just hung back on it. Pretty lucky in the end that he actually didn't get more of it on that. It's something that he's aware of what people's plans are against him nice and early.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे, लाइक कर दे भाई।
Slight changes in the field. Fine leg comes up. Mid-on drops back.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दे भाई, वीडियो को लाइक।
He likes to play the field. Tilak Verma gets into positions early. Choose the call. They'll get it easily.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दे भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे भाई।
After 16, 187 for 4.
लोग मेरे तिल के लड्डू बहुत पसंद करते हैं, इसे मैं बिजनेस कैसे बनाऊं?
लड्डू हाई डिमांड में रहेंगे, ये बिजनेस लॉन्च करने का बेस्ट टाइम होगा। इस टाइम पे लोग गिफ्टिंग के लिए प्री ऑर्डर देते हैं और आप सब कॉन्फिडेंटली प्लान कर पाएंगे। मैं एक फेस्टिवल फोकस्ड एनुअल बिजनेस प्लान बना दूं। रोहन and I broke up. रोहन you broke up? 5 मिनट में बाइक ऑटो कार go free यार, रैपिडो।
डिजिट का ईवी इंश्योरेंस, बैटरी, मोटर, चार्जर, ये तीनों मेन चीजें भी कवर करता है। डिजिट इंश्योरेंस, स्मार्ट चॉइस फॉर इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स। That's it. That's Digit.
Their camp as well, and how they're able to handle the pressure. Sort of felt in that game against the West Indies, the game was on fast forward and it was sort of happening to them, and rather than sort of inserting themselves in. Similar at the start today, but that's why Raza is so important. You see the links that are crucial today.
Yeah, kind of varied, isn't it? Look at strike rates, short, 250, and then as you get in towards sort of a good length, kind of full of back of the slot, if I can put it that way. Back of the hand, it'll go for 4 as well. With regard to the pressure, the game's much slower over in Sri Lanka, and so the adjustment is a double adjustment for the Zimbabweans in that it's a 10s and 11s and 12s is the case here on entirely different pitches where they're slower spinners who they could have used in the middle, Masakadza and also Creamer. Really at Wankedo you just get whacked out the park, a 6 hitting ground. And then you kind of have to adjust mentally to that as well. Good running, good pressure.
Plus, if you look at the dimensions of the ground, like they came from Sri Lanka, went to the Wankhede Stadium. Now that's a 6-hitting ground. And West Indies, they're power hitters, so they like playing in Mumbai. So the adjustment has to be quick, and it's not easy. He's trying to muscle it. He's really got hold of it as yet, Hardik.
The deliveries that he's been dismissed to a few times for spin have been a couple of to pace, have been those wide lines where he's actually hung back and then tried to play it off the back foot up and over that long off position, got caught out in the boundary rope. You might give away 1-6 for that, but sometimes you can take the catch as well.
I was going to say it looks a nervous dugout.
That's a lovely strike. Inside out, over extra cover. Brings up the 200 for India.
It's a beautiful shot. Because there isn't any pressure on these batters, they can afford to just be still, to sort of just wait for what might be delivered. So often when there's the pressure of needing to up it, you see batters trying to do too much. And here, it's just kind of look around, survey the field, where are the options, and then just wait. And because Zimbabwe hasn't quite also hit what they've wanted to in terms of lines or what delivery they're trying to execute, they know that their opportunity is coming, so they can just wait on them and then fully commit once the ball has been delivered.
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई।
17 gone
भाई
to
इंडिया के 4 विकेट गिर हो चुके हैं, 201 रन हो गए, 70 ओवर।
Only 15 days to go. My line still gets messed up under pressure. What do selectors actually look for?
Selectors first look for consistency. Focus on hitting the same line and length. Keep track of your accuracy. Control will come with it. Should I create a 15-day line control training plan for you?
सेविंग्स की एक निंजा टेक्निक बताऊं। डिजिट का कार इंश्योरेंस लेते वक्त पे एज यू ड्राइव चूज करना, किलोमीटर्स कम, सेविंग्स ज्यादा। डिजिट कार इंश्योरेंस विद पे एज यू ड्राइव, दैट्स इट, दैट्स डिजिट।
Probably one thing about field sets is you want to be able to bowl 2 or 3 deliveries to similar type of
भाई
field.
चैनल को
Gives you
सब्सक्राइब
more
कर दो भाई,
options with
चैनल
the
को
ball.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब।
Not more. And he starts off the over with a 6. That's the first clean strike.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक,
Waited on it, Hardik.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो
Such
भाई,
a strength
वीडियो को
of
लाइक
his
कर दो
through
भाई
that mid-wicket
और
region
चैनल
on
को
the leg
सब्सक्राइब कर
side.
दो भाई।
Just a beautiful clean strike through the ball, weight
भाई
going
चैनल
through
को
the
सब्सक्राइब
delivery
कर
as
दो
well.
भाई,
That allowed
चैनल
him
को
to be able to
सब्सक्राइब
have
कर
that
दो भाई,
nice clean
वीडियो को
hit.
लाइक कर दो भाई।
Saw the slower ball early, a little bit too full. Just allowed him to do that and said, this is where I'm putting it. When Hardik's at his best, Ravi, what do you see in him as a person around the team and a player?
I think he's hugely influential, Hardik Pandya. He lends a lot of balance. When he's not there, that's when you feel the problem, because you feel you have to replace him with 2 players. He'll give you the overs, he'll give you the power hitting if need be. He's got the experience. One of the premier all-rounders in this format of the game. That's nice. Easy pickings, really. Full toss. With an offer.
That's the example of what I'm saying about not really having to invent anything as the matters. Tilak's walked in, and there's so much pressure on Zimbabwe on their bowlers. Zarabani has generally hit a good length when he's looked for that Yorker in times before. He's found it and managed to execute. That time, doesn't. And he's just put away comfortably.
So almost look at this field set and I say, what can you do differently? How do you force him to actually, with only a couple more overs to go, hit in different areas? Because it's going to be a massive run chase. So the pressure they got put under, especially against the spinners of West Indies, and expect another quality couple of spinners in that Indian lineup. And what's a must-win match for both teams.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई.
Good call.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई. भाई कमेंट भी कर देना, शेयर भी कर दो भाई. भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई,
And for
चैनल को
Zimbabwe,
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई.
in that first game, just
video
felt
को
that,
लाइक
and
कर दो
it's
भाई.
difficult. It gets that way of saying in that game that you kind of feel, oh, can the end come quicker, please? Can we get through? But got to somehow get accustomed to the fact that there'll be the pressure, and ball after ball
भाई
still
वीडियो को
try
लाइक
to
कर दो,
do
चैनल को
something that's
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई,
tilting things
वीडियो को
towards
लाइक और
your
चैनल को
team.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई.
That's huge. It's
भाई
India's
छक्का ही खुशी में लाइक कर दो
T20
भाई.
World
भाई
Cup.
तिलक वर्मा ने छक्का मार दिया, उसे भी खुशी में लाइक कर दो भाई और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई.
It's like somebody ढलान वाली जमीन है, बेचोस है. भरोसा रखिए, घर मजबूत ही बनेगा. तुमने सिर्फ अल्ट्राटेक ही चुना, ऐसा क्यों? ताऊ जी, घर जिंदगी में एक ही बार बनता है. मान गए बेटा. घर एक, मौका एक, इसलिए सीमेंट भी देश का नंबर 1 अल्ट्राटेक.
लोग मेरे तिल के लड्डू बहुत पसंद करते हैं, इससे मैं बिजनेस कैसे बनाऊं?
फेस्टिवल के टाइम लड्डू हाई डिमांड में रहेंगे. ये बिजनेस लॉन्च करने का बेस्ट टाइम होगा. इस टाइम पे लोग गिफ्टिंग के लिए प्री ऑर्डर देते हैं और आप सब कॉन्फिडेंटली प्लान कर पाएंगे. मैं एक फेस्टिवल फोकस्ड एनुअल बिजनेस प्लान बना दूं.
Which is sail away.
He's hit it sweet ever since he's come out. 28 from 10.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई. भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई. भाई एक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई और वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई. सारे भाई जितने भाई देख रहे हैं एक बार सारे भाई लाइक कर दो भाई. भाई वीडियो को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई.
We're talking about like various plans from more experienced bowlers, and
भाई
you
चैनल को
watch
सब्सक्राइब
the
कर दो
bowlers
भाई,
in this
चैनल को
group
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई.
as they go about things when they come under pressure. The South Africans were particularly good, and today in the earlier game, actually, just think about how things go with bowlers. Sometimes in defence, you got to make a batter hit to a certain part. Shot. That was hit really hard.
So the 50 partnership comes up in real quick time of just 22 balls. 28 Tilak of 10, 35 Hardik of 18.
इंडिया को
All of it is easier said than done. These are wonderful shots there. Fantastic hitters. Hardik particularly, but Tilak Verma, what about that? 28 of 10. It's come in and is going straight away. That's good. And why it's good is because essentially what you've got to be thinking is, where do I make him hit me? And you make him hit you to your field. So I'm full and I'm slightly wider because he can hit it to the sweeper on that side or to long off. Rather than a sort of negative mindset, don't go there or don't go the other side.
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई एक बार लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो
Post all of that.
भाई,
You still
जितने
got to
भाई देख रहे हैं वो
execute it.
सारे लोग एक
Because
बार
if you
लाइक
get
कर
it
दो
wrong, it's
भाई,
disappearing.
लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो,
Especially with
चैनल को
batters
सब्सक्राइब
going
कर दो
50 partnership, both have faced
भाई, मैं कोई बड़ा
double
क्रिकेटर
digits
नहीं
in
हूँ
terms of deliveries.
भाई, कोई मैं बड़ा क्रिकेटर नहीं हूँ भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। भाई, वीडियो को लाइक
Have a
कर
look
दो
at
भाई,
the
चैनल को
leg of the
सब्सक्राइब
ball
कर
on
दो
the
भाई,
back. You know that it's come right out of the middle.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई,
Slower delivery again, just
भाई वीडियो को
sticks
लाइक
on
कर
the
दो,
bat,
चैनल को
that
सब्सक्राइब
ball.
कर दो भाई, वीडियो को
So you
लाइक
know
कर
you
दो
got power,
भाई,
you got
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब
placement.
कर दो भाई।
It feels good straight out of the middle of the bat.
Rajneesh has a stand for us, which
भाई एक बार चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
And they're absolutely enjoying them.
भाई वीडियो को लास्ट देखने मजा आएगा भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
that's better. Right in the block hole. That's what he was trying earlier. 21 of the over. After 19, it's 241 for 4.
भाई 19 ओवर में 241 रन हो गए हैं भाई, भाई लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल
सेविंग्स
को
की एक
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
निंजा
भाई,
टेक्निक बताऊं। डिजिट का कार इंश्योरेंस
भाई
लेते
चैनल को
वक्त पे एज
सब्सक्राइब
यू
कर दो
ड्राइव
भाई,
चूज
चैनल
करना,
को सब्सक्राइब कर
किलोमीटर्स
दो
कम,
भाई,
सेविंग ज्यादा। डिजिट कार इंश्योरेंस
भाई
पे एज यू
वीडियो को
ड्राइव,
लाइक
दैट्स
कर दो भाई, एक बार
इट।
जितने भाई सवाई देख रहे हैं अपने सारे भाई, वीडियो को
Been
लाइक कर दो भाई,
outstanding, 43 of 40.
भाई
I
लाइक
think
नहीं
that
कर
he's
रहे
sort
वीडियो
of
को
played a
भाई,
more
सब्सक्राइब तो
circumspect
कर दो
role
भाई।
throughout this tournament so far. The joy of being able to see incredible shots like this.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई,
Keep an eye on the umpire.
भाई
The
चैनल को
signal
सब्सक्राइब
comes
कर
out.
दो भाई,
It's
वीडियो
a
को लाइक कर दो भाई।
fielding penalty. You'll have to have 5 men in the ring.
As if it's not tough enough already.
Might need to put one of them in
भाई
the
वीडियो को
stand.
लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Oh, nice, Katie.
We'll see how good these guys are middling it at the moment.
19 ओवर हो चुके हैं और 241 रन हो गए हैं, 4 आउट हुए हैं भाई।
Evans.
अरे इतने ओवर में क्या कर रहा है यार। हार्दिक भाई को खेलने दो भाई, हार्दिक घंटे को।
He's been pretty good at the death. Evans has picked up most of his wickets actually during the death
भाई
overs.
चैनल
Bowls
को
a lot of
सब्सक्राइब कर
pace
लो
off.
भाई।
Doesn't
भाई
often go
वीडियो को
for the
लाइक कर दो।
stumps. Did a bit more in the last game. Will bowl pace off usually away from the stump line. That square leg field is up because he has to inside the circle. Does he look to go across the stumps?
That's well bowled. Two good deliveries.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Hardik Pandya is behind that onside. That's his preferred area. Likes to go down the ground or over mid-wicket. But the length is on the shorter side. Excellent. Three very good deliveries from Evans.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो।
And has to absolutely back them, decides I'm going to go in at the stumps. It just goes, sort of ducks back a little bit at the end there.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को
That's why
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Hardik Pandya sort of stops the swing to come back, then blasted to all parts.
Gets hold of this one. Two fielders in the deep there, converge, keep the batsman down to 2. Good over so far. There's just 3 runs conceded, 2 balls to go.
It's a bit scary that
भाई
piece of
वीडियो को
field.
लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर
Watching
दो
out the
भाई।
window, you think they're
भाई
absolutely going to
वीडियो को लाइक
smash
कर
into
दो
each
भाई,
other.
एक बार लाइक कर दो भाई।
Both
एक
sliding
बार
and
जितने भाई देख रहे
one
हैं
ended
सारे
up
भाई लाइक कर दो भाई,
one in front
वीडियो
and
को
the
लाइक
other
कर दो भाई,
covering,
चैनल
I
को
guess.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब।
That's right.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो।
250
वीडियो को
comes
लाइक
up.
कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, एक बार भाई
That
सारे
is some
भाई एक बार लाइक
quality
कर दो वीडियो को।
striking.
और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर
Think
दो भाई,
back to
चैनल
the
को
ball
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
before
भाई।
where he has to adjust and
भाई
stop his
चैनल को
swing.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, चैनल को
Decides
सब्सक्राइब
then
कर दो।
that it's not going to be much of a swing of the blade, but he's just going to punch it from the block
भाई
hole.
चैनल को
Doesn't
सब्सक्राइब
quite
कर
get
दो
in
भाई,
there,
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब
but
कर
it
दो
still takes some
भाई, चैनल को
hitting to
सब्सक्राइब
get
कर
it
दो भाई,
back
चैनल को
straight
सब्सक्राइब कर
over.
दो भाई।
The
भाई
ball is
चैनल को
hit for
सब्सक्राइब कर
6.
दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई। भाई एक भी भाई ने लाइक नहीं किया
Goes
भाई।
again. 17 sixes in the innings. And a
भाई हार्दिक
50 for
पांड्या ने 2
Hardik Pandya.
छक्के लगा दिए भाई।
And India race past 250. They're 256 for 4.
20 ओवर हो गए, 50 हो गई भाई
This is
हार्दिक
the
पांड्या की।
maximum number of
इसी
sixes
खुशी में लाइक कर दो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
India had hit in a
भाई चैनल को
T20
सब्सक्राइब कर दो,
World Cup
वीडियो को
game.
लाइक कर दो भाई। भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो और वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई।
Well, he gave the team talk this afternoon and he's put his words into action. Hardik Pandya.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो
It
भाई।
was set up so
भाई
beautifully
जितने
at
भाई
the
देख रहे
start.
हैं उतने सारे भाई वीडियो को लाइक
Just
कर
the
दो, चैनल
icing
को
on the
सब्सक्राइब कर
cake.
दो भाई। हार्दिक
About
भाई
standing
50
up
हो
in
गई है
key
हार्दिक
moments.
भाई
He's
ने।
done just that.
भाई
Forget
चैनल
about
को
Tilak
सब्सक्राइब कर
Varma.
दो भाई, चैनल को
Partnership
सब्सक्राइब
ends
कर
up
दो भाई,
84 after
वीडियो को लाइक
33
कर दो भाई।
deliveries to catapult them to a very good total.
इंडिया के 257 रन बने हैं। भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Milestone code for the man of code.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक,
So when did
चैनल
this
को
start?
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब। 7 तारीख को इसी पर वर्ल्ड कप देखेंगे भाई, इसी लाइव पर, इसी चैनल पर लाइव चलाएंगे भाई। 7 तारीख को इसी चैनल पर लाइव चलाएंगे भाई। भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
What's behind our name? We're an integrated
वीडियो को
energy
लाइक
and
कर दो,
chemical
चैनल को
company that's
सब्सक्राइब कर
helping
दो
to
भाई,
power
वीडियो को लाइक
economies
कर
and
दो,
to positively impact
चैनल को
people's
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
lives.
भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो।
Aramco, powered by How?
तो भाई अभी लंच हो गया 10 मिनट
Must
का।
win
encounter for
तो
both
अभी
the
हम
nations involved
ऐसे
here.
ही
Zimbabwe
देखेंगे
put
जी
India into
सुनाएंगे
bat. The
सभी
captain
देखेंगे।
Suryakumar Yadav said that's
तब तक
fine
आप
by
भाई लाइक
us.
करो
A
और चैनल
change in the
सब्सक्राइब करो
opening
भाई।
combination. Sanju Samson giving a little bit of impetus. But look at that scorecard again, because how significant is it for Abhishek Sharma to
11
come
बजे
back
तक
into
लाइव
4.5
चलेगी भाई।
century of just 26 deliveries. By the way, one of his slowest when it comes to T20s. A massive total, a
भाई चैनल
statement
को
beginning to
सब्सक्राइब कर लेना भाई,
that
चैनल को
India had
सब्सक्राइब
put
कर
on the
लो
board
भाई।
here. 17
वीडियो को
sixes
लाइक कर
in
दो
their
भाई, वीडियो
innings.
को लाइक
And
कर
for
दो, चैनल को
Zimbabwe,
सब्सक्राइब
plenty
कर
to
दो भाई।
ponder as far as their
वीडियो
bowlers are
को लाइक कर
concerned.
दो,
There's two
चैनल को
back-to-back
सब्सक्राइब कर
matches
दो
now
भाई।
where they have
वीडियो को
conceded
लाइक कर दो, चैनल को
250
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
according to
भाई।
the teams that they have
मैं कोई
faced.
बड़ा
So plenty
क्रिएटर
of
नहीं हूँ
hard
भाई।
work to do as far as Zimbabwe is concerned. They are fighting for survival here, but plenty of positives for Team India. Thanks for joining us here at Higher Math Center Live. Well, Sherpop was awaiting its men in blue, the power and the strength of men in blue, and that
इंडिया के
celebration. We've
256
been waiting
रन
for
पे हैं
that
भाई।
for a while as well. A half century of just 28 deliveries,
तो
the
भाई
second
कमेंट पे बताओ
slowest.
क्या होगा
Actually,
भाई।
mind you, a demotion in the order of sorts for Tilak Verma, but he's come to the party as well. And Hardik Pandya just finishing with a flourish there, of course. Baroda power, Pandya
हार्दिक भाई ने
power, Baroda
अर्ध
power,
शतक लगा दिया है भाई।
Irfan Pathan as
हार्दिक
well.
भाई के लिए
All
कमेंट तो
the
एक
essentially all the
सब्सक्राइब और
people
एक
that we
लाइक तो
spoke
बनती
about
है
that were
भाई,
in focus delivered,
इसीलिए
but
लाइक कर दो भाई। और
specifically for Abhishek, he's
कमेंट
been
कर
the
दो,
eye of
शेयर
the
कर दो
storm.
भाई,
This was much needed.
वीडियो को
Power
लाइक
show,
कर दो,
power show that he
कमेंट
performed
कर दो
today,
और
and
चैनल को
it's
सब्सक्राइब
so
कर दो
good to
भाई।
see him performing. Look, I know it's Zimbabwe, I know the pitch is really good, but he was under pressure and he delivered. Obviously, he started with the over cover 4 and then he got a free hit as well. There was a run. He didn't run. He wanted the free hit and he kept it. And after that, one thing was very different today. If you notice his wagon wheel, he was actually focusing on playing much more straighter. His wagon wheel always suggests majority of his runs come square on the offside, but today around 68% runs were in front in the V area. That means
अभिषेक
it was
शर्मा ने
clear
30
conscious
पे
effort
55
to
रन
play
बनाए
straight,
भाई
hold
लोग,
his shape, and
इसीलिए
he
लाइक कर
waited
दो
for the
और
first ball
चैनल
to
को
play
सब्सक्राइब
along
कर
the
दो
ground
भाई,
as well. So there were a
इसी
lot of
खुशी में
changes,
भाई।
a lot of commitment, and good to see him back in runs.
The lefties also in the order were very aware of the off-spin challenge and how to approach them, and they approached them with actually attrition. And look at this, it was, look, Team India themselves needed what was a
भाई
bit of a
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब
statement
कर दो भाई,
after
वीडियो को
the
लाइक
last
कर दो
loss.
भाई।
You look at the
हार्दिक
new
भाई
record
ने
for India versus
50 मार
Zimbabwe
दी
to
है,
be the
इसीलिए
most
लाइक कर
highest
दो भाई।
totals for them in
एक
T20
लाइक तो
World Cups. There
बनती
were
है भाई हार्दिक
17
पांडे के
sixes
लिए,
in their innings.
एक
This is
सब्सक्राइब भी
more
बनता
than a
है हार्दिक
platform
पांडे
for
के
the
लिए।
likes of,
आप किसके
of
फैन हो
course, the
भाई,
bowlers to come
इसीलिए
to the
एक लाइक
party
कर दो
here. But
भाई,
just again the
इसी खुशी
might.
में एक लाइक
Now
कर
3
दो
or 4
भाई।
batters and partnerships. That was one thing that was missing.
एक सब्सक्राइब भी कर
Absolutely.
देना
Before this
भाई,
game,
एक
opening
सब्सक्राइब भी
partnership
बढ़ा
was
देना
about
भाई।
6 point
भाई आप
something.
किसके फैन हो?
6.8. Yeah, so today 48,
मैं तो भाई
47 when he
हार्दिक
get the
पांड्या
good
का फैन
start.
हूँ,
Obviously, things
इसीलिए
become very easy.
मैं
Circulate
देखता
his
हूँ भाई
part
हार्दिक
in
पांड्या को।
Ishan Kishan actually at
भाई तो
number
भाई
3
मस्त
he did
खेलते
well.
हैं।
Obviously,
अगर
I
आप
was
भी
not
हार्दिक
agreeing
पांड्या
with
के
it. He's
फैन हो तो
batting at
भाई एक
number
बार
3, but
लाइक
he
कर
did well.
देना
But apart from that,
भाई,
those big
लाइक कर दो।
shots coming so nicely because you got a really good platform. Really good on Tilak as well. The way he played those aggressive shots continuously.
Zimbabwe need
जो भाई हार्दिक
257
पांड्या
to
का
stay
फैन है वो
alive in
लाइक
the
करे,
fight
और
for the semi-finals.
जो
We'll
सूर्य
talk
भाई
about
का
it
फैन है
later
वो कमेंट
when we
करे,
return
और
after the chase.
जो अभिषेक शर्मा का फैन है वो सब्सक्राइब करे भाई। और जो ईशान किशन का वो भाई ईशान किशन का फैन है वो भाई वीडियो को शेयर करे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा और कमेंट करे।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
After 18 years, the RCB win the IPL. The kingdom has been claimed.
जो आरसीबी का फैन है वो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे और वीडियो को लाइक कर दे भाई। जो एमआई का फैन है वो भाई वीडियो को सब्सक्राइब कर दे। मैं तो भैया हार्दिक पांड्या और रोहित शर्मा की बैटिंग देखने आता हूँ, इसीलिए लाइव चला रहा हूँ भाई।
So, when did this start?
Dad, there's something evil here. Something I've felt before.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई। अभी चलेगी 8 मिनट और रुक जाओ भाई, तभी चल जाएगा मैच। IPL ही चला करेगा भाई इसी लाइफ पर इसी पर।
Take on Mercurial Pakistan. Every game is a do or die.
Super 8, Sri Lanka versus Pakistan, Saturday, 6 p.m.
Battle lines are drawn. Sarpanch Shreyas. This is my turf. Brilliant Shubman Gill. Hard-hitting Pandya. Rishabh Panti.
हार्दिक पांड्या शुरू से में कौन अच्छा खेलता है? अगर हार्दिक पांड्या अच्छा खेलते तो लाख कर दो भाई, तो लाख कर दो हार्दिक पांड्या के लिए, 1 लाख तो बनती है। तेरे से अगर अच्छा खेलते हैं तो कमेंट कर दो भाई और एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Tata IPL coming soon.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई। अगर आप हमारे के फैन है तो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो। भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। देख लो भाई बुमराह की बॉलिंग, देख लो स्टाइल।
Welcome back, everybody.
जो भाई बुमराह जैसा बॉलर बनना चाहता है वो भाई
Men's T20
वीडियो को
World
कमेंट
Cup.
करें और सब्सक्राइब
And
करें भाई,
this Super 8 game
वीडियो
comes to
कमेंट
you
करें और
from
सब्सक्राइब करें और
Chennai.
लाइक भी करें भाई।
India absolutely fantastic for the 256 for 4.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, कमेंट कर दो और सब्सक्राइब कर दो।
Delight for the crowd
जो
here
रोहित
at
शर्मा
Tipple.
जैसी बैटिंग
And
करेगा
so
वो तो
Zimbabwe
करना चाहता है वो
must
1
get
लाख कर दो भाई, 1 लाख
257
बढ़ा
if
दो
they're to
भाई,
win here.
1 लाख कर दो। जो रोहित शर्मा जैसे छक्का मारना चाहता है वो भाई, जो रोहित जैसे छक्का मारना चाहता है वो भाई सब्सक्राइब कर दो चैनल को।
Won the toss, Zimbabwe, and decided that they'd field first. The hope that they could get some wickets. Didn't manage it. Hardik Pandya, after the good work of Sanju
भाई चैनल को
Samson,
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
Abhishek
भाई, चैनल को
Sharma,
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, चैनल
Nishan
को सब्सक्राइब कर
Kishan,
दो भाई,
and Surya Kumar
वीडियो को लाइक
Yadav
कर दो भाई, वीडियो
came
को
in
लाइक
and
कर दो।
was belligerent for his half century. Yeah, so
अभी
good
2-3
vibes for
मिनट में
him.
चलने वाला है भाई,
Has
2-3
work with
मिनट
the
में मैच फिर
ball
से चालू
as
होने वाला है
well
भाई।
to come.
तो भाई जल्दी जल्दी आ जाओ सारे भाई, सारे भाई आ जाओ जल्दी जल्दी, जल्दी जल्दी आ जाओ सारे भाई लाइन में। भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को एक बार लाइक कर दो सारे भाई।
The devil has come to Pennsylvania.
2 मिनट बचे हैं भाई चालू होने में मैच भाई, जल्दी जल्दी आ जाओ लाइव में भाई, जल्दी जल्दी आ जाओ। 2 मिनट बचे हैं भाई लाइव में चालू होने में भाई, जल्दी जल्दी आ जाओ। अभी भाई होने वाली है, अभी होने वाली, चालू हो गई।
So, when did this start?
Dad, there's something evil here. Something I've felt before.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक करो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। जो हार्दिक का फ़ैन है वो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो, जो सूर्य कुमार का फ़ैन है वो भाई लाइक कर दो, एक भाई लाइक कर दो जो सूर्य कुमार भाई का फ़ैन है, और जो ईशान किशन का फ़ैन है वो भाई कमेंट करे, और जो अभिषेक शर्मा का फ़ैन है वो भाई। तो भाई चालू होने वाला है, आ जाओ भाई आ जाओ, चालू हो गया भाई, मैच चालू हो गया भाई। भाई लाइव चालू हो गई भाई, देख लो आ रहा हो भाई, जल्दी से चलो भाई आ जाओ, मैच चालू हो गया भाई।
That batting performance, though, will have pipped them up once again. And
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लेना भाई, चैनल
for
सब्सक्राइब
all
कर लेना
those with an affinity to the blue,
भाई, मैच चालू हो गया
they'll
भाई,
have
चालू
got
हो
them
गया भाई, मैच
back
चालू हो
on
गया,
track
जल्दी आ जाओ भाई,
and on their way once again. They can only
जल्दी जल्दी आ जाओ लाइन में भाई, जल्दी आ जाओ लाइन में।
do their business to ensure that they remain with a chance to still
भाई
be
चैनल को
in it
सब्सक्राइब कर लेना भाई,
close to
चैनल
the
को
Super
सब्सक्राइब
8. And so, with ball in hand, must do pretty much similar to what the batters have done to ensure that they win big here. But Zimbabwe, as they come in, similar story once again. Try to play some shots against the West Indies, probably a few too many for some without. the necessary control. However, the mountain is a rather big one to try and climb, and the order of the day, in order to try and chase it down, you must play shots. Difficult to then balance control and trying to whack it out the ground. And they match India's 17 sixes in their innings. It's a lot. And their bowling attack that they come up against is one that is seasoned and with a few that are particularly difficult customers. It's good evening to a couple of gentlemen who have worn the blue and who are trying hard not to smile, but they're happy with what they saw with bats in hand. Dinesh Karthik, how are you? Robin Uthappa, how you feeling?
Well, very happy with the score, for sure. It's what India needed, also because of the net run rate. So a big win here will add a lot of value on that front. Moving into the second half of the tournament, but Dinesh Karthik was beaming the other side.
I love how you've just passed that on. Like a pro. Arshdeep to Bennett. Fielder out there will keep it to just one.
Good evening, everyone. First up, good to see Sanju Samson keeping. Ishan Kishan, someone who's been donning the gloves in this World Cup so far. Sanju gets the opportunity here, understanding that Ishan Kishan probably competition, but I think Ishan Kishan is a better fielder amongst the two.
Competition for what, exactly?
In terms of bragging rights, but at this point of time, Ishan Kishan holds it.
Oh, there's some support. We've had to search for them.
There's one in this comp box for sure. Tommy right here.
Yep, definitely. Don't have to search for me though. I'm happy you can't wear blue in here, although Robin's trying. Go with the colors today.
Listen, all of us are wearing blue pants here.
We have to wear those. I mean, shirts.
The jokes aside, I think India batted really nicely. A nice template for what they would look for in the future in the World Cup. So far, it almost feels like every time they needed the depth in the middle order, Rinku Singh has done it for them. But the fact that the top order hasn't gone as well as they would have liked, the inclusion of Sanju Samson has made a big difference. And then you could see the ripple effect of what it did for the rest of the batting order. Brian Bennett is someone who wasn't dismissed up until last game, batted very well in the league stages, but you could see his strength is to probably bat through the innings, almost like an anchor role, a role that's always in debate whether it exists in today's T20 format. I, for one, don't believe in it much. But Bennett has done a job for Zimbabwe in helping them beat Australia, Sri Lanka, so there is a role in Zimbabwe for that. But last game he was tested with a big score.
Yeah, and it worked in Sri Lanka because of slowness of surfaces, and someone who kind of bats through can guide the side to what was sort of around 160 and you can win the game. Needs to play outside of himself here and look to take the attack to the bowlers. Have to utilize the power play, and very much on good surfaces. It's a power game, as West Indies showed, and also as India showed today. It's been shown in the Indian games that it goes that way. This is him playing well, happy to take what's given to him, and he'd make the play some of the time. But 63 or 48 with a little bit of an acceleration at the end, good enough.
Yeah, the anchor role I think is relative to the conditions and the scores. Oftentimes, the wickets or the pitches don't allow you to score runs freely or in an aggressive manner. Your pass score is 160, 170. In those kind of games, you know that you want an anchor to play a role there, so that the other batters face lesser pressure. In a game like this, on a belter like this, you don't need to play an anchor role. You need to score runs as quickly as you can, which is what Bennett is trying to do here.
Yeah, the test is, do you have the skill of power hitting? to take advantage of the field set. Oh, well bowled. Speared in and just kept out. 4 without loss.
भाई एक ओवर से जाने वाला सिटी
Rohan and I broke up. Rohan broke up?
Looking for it and hit his mark. Arshdeep Singh.
Interesting. Hardik Pandya to take the new ball tonight. Last game it was Jasprit Bumrah. I'd like to think, what is the thought process? There is a reasoning behind why Jasprit Bumrah bowled last game, whereas Hardik Pandya is bowling this game. Robin, any thoughts on that?
I think he just wants to keep his options open. I think as a captain, he wants to keep his options.
Gone for it. Top edge. And it's gone all the way too. They'll be happy with that as a start. Marumani, he generally goes at it. He is the aggressor in this partnership.
He certainly is the aggressor in this partnership. Slightly late on it, but caught the top edge and went the distance. How good is that bat? That ball to go 65 meters back behind the wicketkeeper. Coming back to your question, DK, I think, Surya Kumar Yadav wants to keep his options open as to who can open the bowling with Arshdeep.
Movement off the straight.
And I reckon the versatility of Bumrah as well, right? I think in big games, you can bring him up front and you can actually utilize him in high pressure games at the top as a weapon. Here, you want to give the ball to Hardik as well, and so probably because they have the option of who they can use in the depth as well.
Good point. It's been a good start by Hardik Pandya. The first one that he got hit for a 6 was the outswinger to the left-hander. The next one he's brought it back in, and both have landed correctly, which tells you he's in good bowling rhythm. The ball's coming out nicely from his hand. For me, being, I don't know, should I call you a pacer or a medium pacer, however it is, the swing, the release, the way the ball came out of the hand, did you like what you saw with Hardik Pandya? 2 balls, one the outswing to the left-hander, next one coming back in.
Just watching him, decent rhythm, just decent control as well, a confidence to go outy to lefty and then in. But what he is doing with that first shot, the recognition that he's going to try and whack him, is he's hitting the pitch. And any movement at all that takes it off the straight, you just want a little bit of movement, any. There you go. So any outie, any out, and it makes it difficult for Marumani. He can't predict what's coming at him.
Yeah, he also likes to hit the deck, doesn't he? As a bowler in general, he likes to hit the deck and get the ball to move, and which is actually happening for him today. Nice in position there. The release was really clean.
And what he's trying to do is make sure that he's ahead and controlling what's happening rather than trying to be following. So keep the confidence, try and ensure that you're the aggressor rather than the batter. And he's kind of wrenched this back from Marumani.
And it's interesting if you followed Marumani and the way he's played in the World Cup, and we show a beehive of where he's gotten. Doesn't move his feet much, just uses his hands a lot more. And the beehive is in a very similar place. And it's just that he's played 2 different shots to it. He's either gone with the pull or at times he's played for the cut. But it's very interesting the choices of shot he looks to play. India's gone with the stock standard field. These days you see shot third in, deep point back. Not so much the conventional deep third as it used to be.
Top bowling, it's a top comeback that. Fortuitous the 6 and then top control, 10 without loss.
भाई 2 ओवर में 10 रन लगाए हैं भाई की.
The asking rate is climbing. But tasty red label instant chai अभी भी.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो, भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो और वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई. दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Arshdeep. It's a good start this for both these bowlers. Arshdeep just generally pretty good and swings it and looks to all the time.
Just love what Arshdeep. Have a look at his fingers and where the seam is pointing. This one is the one that just goes away. Even though it hits a crack and comes back in, he's looked to take the ball away from the right-hander. That's the scramble seam as they call it. And the next one is proper seam up, comes into the batter. You see the difference in the seam position, the seam more facing towards the batter. And that's why it's so hard to line up someone like Arshdeep when it's swinging. And this is the other variation where he brings the ball back into the left-hander. If he's at the top of the charts for being one of the better bowlers going around in world cricket, it's purely because of this. He is able to get the ball to the top. Have a look at the seam here, facing the left-hander. And that's why this ball comes back in. Almost rolls his wrist over the ball. High quality bowler, and he's rated as one of the best going around purely because of his consistency in length and the ability to swing it both ways if there is swing on offer, which there is in Chennai tonight.
That'll be called wide. Yeah, but both these new ball bowlers running in, they're comfortable in the way they're going about things.
That's Marumani for you, Pommy. Very similar beehive. Katie Martin found a way to figure out what he has done. Getting out in similar places, but it is to the pull shot or to the cut shot of a similar length delivery. So his choice of shots at times has been in question. He goes hard, so he plays the attacking shots, but that also has brought about his downfall so far in the World Cup. And he averages 8.3 on the pull shot. As always, Katie Martin on the money with the analysis.
Just about got to it. It's off the toe end of the bat, and it nearly carried as well to Akshay Patel. Good fielder. Anyone who'd catch it, he would. Even if having to go forward to try and catch it.
Did carry. India's got themselves to a very strong position, and interestingly, with the way the South Africa game has panned out, and you'd expect South Africa to overcome Zimbabwe, it almost becomes a shootout in a couple of days. India vs West Indies is a virtual quarter-final, and that's a good place for India to be.
Oopsie. And the ump, Kettleborough, just moved his arms and then probably thought, oh, he might be running, and then kind of put it back in, and Arshdeep just stopped and totally got him and put him out of his stride.
Yeah, Robin spotted it right here. Hardik Pandya was drinking a bit of water, threw it back to Raghu, who was just outside the boundary, but it didn't get to Raghu. It just stopped inside the boundary, so he had to come in and take it out. There you see Raghu there with the bottle. That's why a small halt for Mr. Arshdeep Singh, who continues on his merry ways. That's the pull shot. Almost.
He loves that shot, doesn't he? Despite it resulting in his dismissals in previous games, that length is what he's trying to attack. If you even look at where he's standing on the crease. So that is a shot that he actually wants to play. He should actually sit deeper in the crease, so he gets a better chance. The percentage of him connecting the ball increases.
There we go. England with New Zealand in many ways are playing for the first and second place. It's an assumption. Obviously, there's another game, Sri Lanka vs Pakistan. You never know.
I beg your pardon.
I probably went too far there. Sorry, Sri Lanka. I'm sorry, Pakistan, but I just meant that England, New Zealand, the way they're playing, there's a good chance. There could be one or two, even though the next game is a day later. Come on for me.
What? Well, you said it.
I stand by what I said. The fact that England and New Zealand is a very good match.
Perhaps we should put the tables up so that, we can clarify that.
हार्दिक भाई के लिए
We
लाख
put the
करोड़ भाई
tables up, and for Pakistan, the way they see it, they've got to win again, and then hope that the result goes right in the other game. Nicely played. Stood still, just had to clear the infield. Away it goes for 4. 19 without loss.
It's a tracer bullet. से भी तेज है. HD रेड लेवल इंस्टेंट चाय. 10 सेकंड में तैयार. क्या बात है.
Rohan and I broke up. Rohan, you broke up?
That's the table where that Tommy and DK are talking about.
This is the table that got me into trouble, Rocks, but let me clarify this for you. New Zealand needs to probably lose that game and lose it quite considerably for Pakistan to make up, and Pakistan need to do themselves a favor and beat Sri Lanka quite comprehensively. And then all of this plays out.
Well done, DK. Well extricated.
Thank you. But my point actually was...
अच्छी बॉल है हार्दिक भाई की भाई
Zimbabwe versus South
हार्दिक भाई
Africa.
के लिए कमेंट बनता है भाई 1 लाख बनती है 1 सब्सक्राइब बनता है हार्दिक भाई के
You
भाई
know what they say about assumption, right?
ये भाई के लिए हार्दिक भाई के लिए का सब्सक्राइब बनता है भाई
DK has his way with words, guys.
हार्दिक भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई 1 सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
It'll take a lot.
जो हार्दिक भाई का फैन होगा वो 1 लाख कर दे भाई
One thing to say is, if it's not assuming anything, if India win tonight, then South Africa qualify.
Of all the things you're all heard in the last couple of minutes, only the last line is factual.
Oh, well done, DK. Well done. Told you, got away with words.
Thinking too. Yeah, comfortable enough. Yeah, South Africa have looked imperious, actually, in the tournament. Right from post that double super over, almost as if it battle-hardened them. And that man, Lungisani Ngidi, has been absolutely fantastic.
He's been an absolute delight as Lungisani. I love the fact that he flies under the radar and is so effective. He's literally come into his own, and you can see how comfortable he is with his bowling, with where he lands in that team.
Finds the fielder, dot ball.
And just the way he's backing himself to bowl those slow balls, the areas he hits, he has a lot of confidence of his support staff. I remember having a conversation with him after the India-South Africa series, before the SA20. He's talking about how comfortable he is within that team right now, and his role that's been defined for him. There's a lot of confidence then, because of the clarity that he's got as far as his role is concerned.
A long way up, and just enough to evade Shivam Dube, who was trying to get back.
It's quite far from him. A lovely point that Rob's made about Lungi Ngidi. He's grown in confidence. I remember spending last year some time with him. It was brilliant in terms of how he grew through the tournament, and when given a couple of opportunities, came real good for us. But most importantly, the confidence in his slow ball, and he explained how he worked during his time with Dwayne Bravo and improved on it. And you can see the fruits of that coming through nicely.
$25 without loss.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई,
Yeah, good pitch this.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर
The
दो भाई।
repairs going on, just the tidying and sprucing up after the first innings, the India innings.
Tell you what I love about the Zimbabweans, they are probably the happiest bunch of people I've seen in my life. I see that with you as well.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो। जो हार्दिक भाई का फैन होगा वो एक सब्सक्राइब करेगा और एक लाइक करेगा, जो हार्दिक भाई का फैन होगा वो एक सब्सक्राइब करेगा और एक लाइक करेगा, जो हार्दिक भाई का फैन होगा वो एक सब्सक्राइब करेगा भाई, एक सब्सक्राइब करेगा हार्दिक भाई का फैन होगा, जो हार्दिक भाई का फैन नहीं है वो भाई कमेंट करे।
An absolute superstar. India's leading wicket taker in T20 World Cups. Wrapped in cotton wool, he does absolutely everything. Think back to winning in Barbados. There are many moments you can think of. Shot. That's brilliantly done. One bounce and four.
That's a lovely shot there from Brian Bennett. This is one of those shots where he'll remember for a long time, turn around when his career is done and say, you know what, I just picked up Bumrah quite easily for a boundary over square leg.
Picked it up well, adjusted well to the ball coming back into him. Just inside, just pure timing that shot from Bennett. Very happy with that.
There's that slower ball. I think he might have picked that it might be coming and set himself, but tried to hit it out of Chennai. Brian Bennett, and doesn't make any contact. Those fours, he's on the list there. And the ICC Men's T20 World Cup still yet to try and clear the ropes.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो
Well, I
भाई,
bet he's tried, but
भाई
not
चैनल को
managed
सब्सक्राइब कर
yet.
लो
We get there, Bob. Young,
भाई, चैनल को
20
सब्सक्राइब कर
years
लो भाई,
old.
वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, जो हार्दिक भाई का फैन होगा वो एक लाइक करेगा भाई, जो बुमराह का फैन होगा वो भी एक लाइक करेगा भाई, जो सूर्य कुमार भाई का फैन होगा वो एक सब्सक्राइब करेगा भाई, एक सब्सक्राइब
Shouldn't
बढ़ा
have the
दो
best
भाई।
chance to be able to clear the boundary. He seems more like a timer of the ball rather than someone who muscles the ball, who's got the technique to clear, not just the infield but even the boundary line here.
I called the power hitting a skill, and it's a skill in the T20 game that you look at all the teams. Let's look at the Super 8 teams that are here. Nicely done. Down the ground and away for four more. Sort of finding some fluency now. Bennett.
Slower ball, well watched. See, there's no swing here for Bumrah. Still head, good positions. Timing of the initial movement impeccable. That's so important when you're playing against a bowler of Bumrah's ilk, that you get into good positions early and watch the delivery of the ball out of the bowler's hand.
And put away whatever you get that you can. Yeah, so think of it, Abhishek and Ishan Kishan and Samson in this team. Oh, good skills. Really good skills. Good awareness from Bennett to kick that away. 5 done. 33 without loss. Have a look at this. It's right in the block hole. Keeps it out and it bounces up and he's searching now. Where are you? Sees it and a big size 10 on it. Away it goes. Outside of the foot. Top skills. Just in the nick of time.
introduced into the attack, Varun Chakravarti. Well, he's been consistent as ever. Had by his standards an off game, the last one against South Africa. He'd like to make amends here. What a shot that is. It's gone the distance. Wow.
Well, that's not going to make him feel any better. He was taken for a few runs in the previous game, and the first ball of a new spell, a reverse sweep as well, and that has gone the distance. That's a super shot.
Maru money. Right on the money.
And if you just substitute the U for O, Maro money. Maro is hit in Hindi.
Just for a moment, he's batting right-handed. I think the plan must be don't allow him to get into his rhythm. We saw South Africa trying to do that in the last game they played against India in Chakravarti. So now the field drops back. There's a man at deep backward point. And he goes the other way. It's high in the air and put down. Renko Singh normally is one of the safest fielders. Covered good ground. Never easy when it's into the lights and high in the air. But the standards he sets, he'll be disappointed.
Yes, he will be. This is not an easy catch. He had to run, but he's taken far more difficult ones. Just slipping away.
On for Surya Kumar Yadav, he's almost like he just took it a bit easy at the end. He probably had time to set his feet. Always encourage players to not break their stride, which he didn't do. That keeps your head still. It's almost like he just went, yeah, I've got this, no problems.
That's hit straight up. Good work in the deep. 11 coming off that last over. So at the end of power play, it's 44 for no loss. Time for drinks.
Now we have power break by Powerade, the official sports drink of Zimbabwe T20 World Cup.
17 sixes in the Indian innings.
Well, there you are. That's the third one from Abhishek Sharma. And another one from Abhishek Sharma. That's another one. And he was just having fun. And then Ishan Kishan decides to join the party as well. Then what a magnificent shot this from Suryakumar Yadav. Hardik Pandya clobbering one. Then another one from Suryakumar Yadav. Then Tilak Verma. Hardik Pandya. Bang. Bang. And more bang. Another bang. Bang, bang. 17 sixes. Record for India in a World Cup game. Amazing.
And a lot of the players players practice this
भाई चैनल को
hard
सब्सक्राइब कर
hitting.
लो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो
Certain days they'll just look to
भाई
clear
चैनल को
boundaries,
सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई
come
चैनल
to
को
the
सब्सक्राइब
square
कर
in the
लो
middle.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो
I think it's almost just trying to find that 100% swing, and it's got a certain pattern to it. Power play was also excellent. Launch phase here. Been really decent for Zimbabwe. Lost a wicket. They've been trying to feel their way for the maximums. Haven't quite been as clean as what we saw India, but in those strikes that Sonny was describing as bang. But there's been a few of them. That one in particular, Varun Chakravarti, was his first ball and he was clobbered up, reverse hit, and the drop catch there from Rinku Singh. So the last 30 balls, it's been none for 40.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई
That's a huge hill to climb though,
भाई चैनल को
213.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक
84
कर दो भाई
deliveries. That's going to
भाई
take
चैनल
some
को
striking.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई
So we're done with power play. 6 overs gone, 44 for no loss, and spin at both ends now. Akshar Patel. Well, didn't play the last game. It's the vice captain of the side, brought back. Rightly so, experienced.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई वीडियो को कमेंट कर दो भाई
Season campaigner.
और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई बहुत देर देख
That's in the air. Simple catch. Ishan Kishan making no mistake. And Akshar Patel striking with a second delivery.
He uses his height to good effect as Akshar Patel. And you can see he's bowled it at about 87 kilometers per hour. Normally he bowls around the 90s, mid-90s. Slowed it down, given it a bit of air, and that's why the extra bounce. He wasn't quite able to keep that down. Ishan Kishan not wearing the glove this time. Takes it quite comfortably. The first wicket down for Zimbabwe. At 44 and Barubani is gone for 20.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो 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 भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब 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 कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई
Probably a little full, if anything. Tries to cut it away, but what's quite funny is it's Ishan Kishan. He threw the ball up there, and Sirikumar Yadav, after the catch was completed, this is in real time, no problems there. As he throws this ball up, Sirikumar Yadav just about gets bombed by the cricket ball.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो वीडियो को लाइक कर दो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो वीडियो को लाइक कर दो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो वीडियो को लाइक कर दो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो
Just 4 runs of the over and a wicket, 48 for 1.
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो वीडियो को लाइक कर दो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर
He was
दो
working hard in the nets yesterday. You would have been told yesterday that he would be playing.
अरे भाई
And you can see it's a conscious effort to bowl a little bit slower.
अरे
Give the ball a little bit more
देख रहे
air.
हो भाई
You can
सारे
see
भाई
that.
लाइक कर
Normally
दिए
likes to
और
dart the ball
शेयर
in,
भी
dart
करते
the ball
हैं
in,
वीडियो को
but taking the pace off the ball.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो
When
भाई
they
चैनल
looked
को
at the
सब्सक्राइब
speeds,
कर दो भाई
Ravi,
चैनल को
there was
सब्सक्राइब
a
कर दो भाई
great difference between
भाई
slowest and
फर्स्ट
his quickest
सारे
ball.
भाई
And I
जितने
think
भाई
that's
देख
as
रहे
a
हैं
power
तो
hitter
सारे
what
भाई लाइक कर दें भाई
you're trying to have
भाई
to get
वीडियो को
used to
लाइक कर दें और कमेंट
all
कर
the
दें और
time. So
शेयर भी
Axar
कर दें
mixing his pace up, as Sonny mentioned, is
अपने सारे
excellent.
दोस्तों के लिए भाई और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें भाई चैनल को
Also, because
सब्सक्राइब
he's
कर दें
tall,
भाई
he doesn't really have to
भाई
give the ball
चैनल को
a lot
सब्सक्राइब
of
कर दें भाई
air. Point of release is so high that he's already got a bit of, above the batter's eye line, you could say that. So he's just slowing it up when he's releasing it. Very clever, very, very, over a period of time, he's, added that bit to his bowling. Where is the line? Just a little bit, maybe 6 inches here, 6 inches off stump, 6 inches middle and leg.
Saw those speeds as well, and typically here in Chennai through these middle stages, the ball does tend to lose a bit of air and it becomes a little tricky to hit.
भाई चैनल को
And of
सब्सक्राइब कर
course,
दो भाई चैनल को
Zimbabwe
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
going required almost now
भाई
16.
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
Then you're just under so
भाई
much
वीडियो को
pressure. So
लाइक
if
कर
you're
दो भाई
seeing
भाई चैनल को
variation
सब्सक्राइब कर
as
दो
what we
भाई
saw
भाई
pretty much
वीडियो को
every
लाइक
ball
कर दो
from
भाई
Axar
वीडियो को लाइक कर
last
दो
over,
और
it's
चैनल को
those
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
adjustments
भाई
that
चैनल
create
को
the
सब्सक्राइब
doubt,
कर
and
दो
that's why he's
और वीडियो को
such a
लाइक कर दो भाई
cagey and
चैनल को
hard
सब्सक्राइब
ball
कर
to
दो
hit.
और वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो
Just a single. 50 comes up for Zimbabwe. 7.3 overs, still a long, long way to go. Still over 200 runs to get. 75 balls remaining.
He was taken for a couple of boundaries in the first over that he bowled Bumrah. Getting his line, getting his length right, mixing it up.
Swings on the onside. Again, finding the fielders in the deep at the moment. Already the required rate. Slowly but surely getting out of bounds. Close to 17 at the moment. It's a late appeal. Sanju Samson says he's heard something.
Well, I heard something in my ear as well from stump mic. Will he go for it? Yes, he's gone for it.
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई सारे भाई लाइक कर दो वीडियो को
Original decision is not out.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई सारे भाई लाइक कर दो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई एक और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई
Clear get and no spot. We'll go back to Alex on field and you can start with your original decision of not out. You're on screen.
So not out. It's 51 for one. Akshar
भाई
Patel
चैनल
continuing.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो और वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
He saw him coming, darted it into his legs.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, भाई वीडियो
94
को लाइक
kilometers
कर
per
दो,
hour.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक
That
कर
one.
दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो, भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो, भाई
shorter and
वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल
Is there an
सब्सक्राइब कर दो,
advantage,
भाई
Ravi,
चैनल
in being
सब्सक्राइब कर दो।
tall as a spinner? Well clear long on.
Yes, big advantage when it comes to bounce. But I think what he's learned well, it's not easy to toss the ball up from that height. So you've got to vary your pace. There has to be subtle changes, which he's worked on. So the timing of your release of the ball becomes very important.
Oh, that's good shot. Quality shot. He's played some really good shots, Bennett.
He's moving away, but at the same time keeping his head pretty still. Not looking to hit the six, just looking to get over that extra cover fielder because there was no protection down there. Very smart padding that.
Again on the bounce to Rinku Singh. Abhishek Sharma not on the field.
Yeah, we're trying to work out what's happened to him here. It's almost like he's spiked himself or something.
Oh, that's huge. Second six of the over. It's a biggie. 19 coming off it, 70 for 1.
Last ball of the over in the slot and at a good pace as well, around 96 kilometers per hour. The previous over he bowled a fair number of deliveries in the 80s, mid 80s. This over, pretty much everything in the 90s.
He's played well. Some really good shots. A couple of good ones against Bumrah as well. 19 of the last over. He's moved to 42 from 27.
He's just having a really good World Cup. His opening combination's been excellent. Sometimes he's the aggressor and other times he just waits. On this occasion, just unleashes on a quality bowler like Axar Patel. Such a difficult individual to get away and smash.
Yes, the first over that Akshar Patel bowled, he bowled pretty much under the 90 kilometers per hour, slower. The second over he bowled everything in the 90s, medium pace, so maybe it came onto the bat that much easier.
That's up in the air. Two fielders converging. Tilak making no mistake. Ample time. How loud asked Hardik to stay back. Well, Myers is the man who has to depart.
Yeah, very tricky, isn't it? When you're sitting at almost 18 runs and over, at some point in time you've got to pull the trigger. And Myers on this occasion just gets way too deep under the ball. He gets maximum elevation but no distance whatsoever and a good tidy catch. Gone for 6, 72 for 2.
skipper comes out to the middle. 72 for 2. Looking to go the distance, getting a lot of height, but not the distance.
Nothing really technically wrong other than just catching the ball a fraction early. I was thinking when I was looking at it that his head was actually going back, but it really wasn't. Yeah, well taken from Tilak Varma there. No problems whatsoever. It's always difficult when you get someone in your eye line.
It's a good over. Just 3 runs conceded after 10. 73 for 2.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो, भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो, भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, और वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, और वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Some color. We love it.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Yeah, of all Zimbabwe's batters,
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
is one who does have the power, and you do see the skills gap in terms of power hitting. Didn't get a hold of that. An opportunity there for Bennett. He's hit a couple tonight, but India hit 17 sixes in their innings. And right from the outset, you think back to Sanjay Samson as he walks out. The desire to assert himself. Abhishek Sharma went in full flow. But you go down their order. Oh, lucky that doesn't clip leg stump.
Almost like, how doesn't that clip leg stump? It's pitched on the middle stump and still missed one stump outside leg stump even.
Shouts of catch it. Doesn't quite get there. Abhishek Sharma. 7-8 for 2.
We talked about Sikandar Raza. He's got experience here, played for Punjab Kings. Scored the winning runs against the Chennai Super Kings here as well. So, player of the Zimbabwe side that has had the experience of this unbelievable crowd.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई,
Supporters still
भाई
charging up
वीडियो
at
को
the
लाइक
top of
कर
the
दो, चैनल
stands.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Yeah, and it's one thing, I'm talking about this skills gap of, you know, hitting the ball out the ground. Burl is another, is quite capable. But marry that with the attack you're up against. Raza bangs one out the park. Certainly capable of doing it, and that's his first for the night.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई,
Able to take the attack
भाई
on from
वीडियो
the
को
word
लाइक
go
कर दो भाई,
again,
चैनल
hanging on
सब्सक्राइब
the
कर दो
back
भाई।
foot to Varun Chakravarti. quickly. Because Varun hits that back of a length that hits the top of the off stump. So hang on the back foot, you can actually take it square off the wicket. And that comes with mental preparation.
I thought South Africa did that really well. They also gave up their stumps. So Rivers, he decided it didn't matter if the stumps were in play. And we know that's what Chakravarti is so good at. They played a lot off the back foot and gave themselves room.
And because he bowls the stump line, when you Bumrah needs 3 wickets, 500 in internationals. Sikandar 4 runs for 3,000 T20 eyes. Ryan Burl 57, 2,000 runs. Good stop that from Akshar Patel.
It's a good challenge for Chakravarti, number 1 T20 bowler. Guy that I guess really had his big break being here in Chennai. He's played all different grounds around in Chennai. Last couple of games he's been under a little bit of pressure.
So it was exactly what Sanju was telling Varun. He's telling him that he's staying a lot more on the back foot. So pitch the ball up a little. It's clever from Sanju, passing on the information.
Yeah, hedging on a short one and then couldn't quite hoik it to the onside. 87 for 2.
Touched on Chakravarti, and there's been quite a few changes that he's gone about his action. 2021 was the last World Cup. One big change that he's done, he's actually bowled a lot wider from the stumps. He's a lot faster through the crease as well. But I think the most important thing is just his follow through and his action. Just look at that top arm, right back up on the top. Just shows that he's actually getting through his crease a lot more and a lot better. And because he's bowling wider, it's allowing him to get a lot more drift as well. And we know his success is being able to hit the stumps, pick up wickets that way.
Big change that happened from 2021 to now is the fact that 21 he was putting more side spin and now it's more overspin.
Oh, couldn't quite get it in the gap. And the Raza. I'll talk about him in a bit. Here, finish your point on Varun.
Yeah, if you watch his foot, you can see he's very much on the heel. But more importantly for me, and you think about it from a pace bowler's perspective, when they get that follow-through arm a lot higher, you know the energy's through. You can see the energy in the follow-through.
Smoke that! Oh, what a shot! Brian Bennett with another half century, with third 50 of the tournament, and it's a 12th 50 in his T20 international career.
This young man has been very impressive, backing away to Bumrah. Bumrah following him with the bouncer. His eyes on the ball at all points. Smoked that one out of the ground.
When you look at the Zimbabwe side, Bennett is sort of the next generation player that's coming through. A lot of this team is built around him. Blessing as well. It's been great to see their success on this stage. Guy that moved to South Africa, grew up a lot in terms of playing there, but just allowed to see the best of him in this tournament so far. His challenge obviously is continue to evolve as quickly as he can with the power play. Now seeing finally a 6 in this tournament for him as well.
Yeah, Pommy was complaining about him not hitting 6s. He hit 3 tonight, Pommy.
You'll not hear me complain much, Robin.
I can second that. You are a fair man.
Yeah, he's been good through the tournament. A little earlier, good skills outside of the foot. Awareness good reaction time, and now still in there. His 53 tonight is off 36 balls. Actually turning up in this tournament, he had the best strike rate. So the way that he played in Sri Lanka was according to situation and conditions. He was happy to do the job required for the team, and that's a good thing to see. A young guy who's troubleshooting as he goes and doing what he feels is sufficient. I said about the skills gap, and there's also, to kind of make things more difficult, you come up against a Bumrah and Harshdeep and Varun and Hardik and Akshar. That's very tough. And when you're kind of coming up against them for the first time, makes it even more difficult. Slower ball. Doesn't quite hit his mark. 97 for 2.
I look at that skill set and all I think, Pommy, what football team do you support? Keeping an eye on that.
You're asking because you know.
No, I'm just quietly inquiring.
It's a red team in keeping with my colours. .97 for 2. Here's Akshar Patel once again. His final one. Just keeps hiding it away outside that arc. Bennett heavily sort of favouring that leg side. Wow. He's a top fielder, Akshar Patel. Really is all-round player. Goes offside and he'll pick out Kishan in the deep.
I'll tell you what, this innings from Bennett, coming up against the likes of Bumrah, Arshdeep and Hardik and Varun, will give him omens of confidence. And as he continues to grow in his young career, the gap, he'll get probably a couple. Oh yeah, more than a couple. Oh, that was pretty lackluster. Almost kind of guided that. Allowed it to go for 4. Shivam Dubey.
Raza. Nearly got it away. Probably felt it was going away.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो, भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो.
Just gets a single there. Yeah, thought it was 4, didn't run, ran 1 and didn't give it up. That'll be wide. All round double of 3,000 runs and 100 wickets. Be the second player in T20Is after Malaysia's Virandeep Singh. And the Raz I'm talking about. 14 done. They're the Castle Corner chaps and chapettes. 105 for 2. And it's strings. Righto, whilst they have a drink, how about we enjoy a magic moment?
It's in the air, it's India who win the T20 World Cup after 17 years. The trot is over. They all go to ground. They worked extremely hard for this, unbeaten in this tournament.
$176 for 7. Oh, And I think of that actually, I think of that drinks break.
Oh, you mean the stoppage of play because of Rishabh's injury? But I'll tell you what, that moment gives me goosebumps. I've been there, know what that feels like. But to see that team do it after so long and after having gone through everything that they did as a unit from the previous World Cup and the pressures that come along with Indian cricket was truly an emotional moment for most people who play cricket in India.
Yeah, look what's happened in that phase. Middle phase of the game. Teams are generally trying to take it on after a good start, try and make sure that somebody's in and you can accelerate even further. Bennett has been that constant. Got a bit more flow, 3 sixes for him. A 6 also for Sikandar Raza, who hasn't quite got going actually tonight. Half century.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई.
Some early success and very quickly has become an important part of this Zimbabwe side. And still only young.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई,
Illustrating just what a powerhouse India are.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई.
That shot takes some stopping. Big size 13. Arshdeep Singh does the job.
Good see from Arshdeep Singh.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, एक हर्षदीप के लिए भाई लाइक कर दो भाई, एक हर्षदीप के लिए भाई लाइक कर दो भाई, एक हर्षदीप के लिए भाई लाइक कर दो भाई, लाइक कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो लाइक कर दो भाई हर्षदीप के लिए.
Whole attire. Got a hold of that. Banged out the park by Brian Bennett.
It's good enough a masterclass here, Brian Bennett. Again, great positions. Standing deep in his crease. Love how he watches the ball right to the end, to the point of connection.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई एक हर्षदीप के
These
लिए
two are
भाई
quite similar in the way that they get deep in their crease, they pull their front leg back, prop up on the hip, looking for that length.
Hits it hard once again, this time dead straight and along the ground. 4 more. Looking to fill his boots here.
Contrasting styles around how to create power. Similar in terms of loading that back hip up, being able to get it down the ground. Saw the castle corner, Tommy. There they are there. They were only due to stay in Sri Lanka because they didn't have the funding to be able to get to India, and they were desperately searching for some sponsors. So it seems like someone's got on board to get them over here.
Yep, they did. They went back home and then got a sponsor and then have come back in time to watch a couple of games, and they'll be ecstatic. And yeah, thank you to the sponsors. They bring colour to proceedings. Off the edge. Away for 4 more. He'll say you need some luck in this game.
Well, yeah, this one coming inside the line, trying to hit the ball outside over covers. And getting another boundary. He's looking really good, is Bennett.
एक अट्रे पंती के लिए कर दो भाई, एक अट्रे पंती के लिए, एक संजू सैमसंग के लिए कर दो भाई, एक संजू सैमसंग के लिए लाख कर दो भाई, एक संजू सैमसंग के लिए.
That'll be wide. Yep, put pressure on a bowler and you'll get some deliveries to put away. 50 partnership up and it's off 33 balls. There's the test on the day in the arena. What's required in the game? Can you hit it out the ground? Can you play at the pace necessary? Being asked of the whole team here in game 1 over at Wankere and also here.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई एक शरीफ के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई एक चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई एक शरीफ के लिए भाई एक चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई एक सब्सक्राइब और शरीफ के लिए एक हार्दिक भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई हार्दिक भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई एक हार्दिक भाई के लिए एक लाइक कर दो भाई हार्दिक भाई के लिए जल्दी कर दो भाई हार्दिक भाई के लिए लाइक एक
Oh, it's done well to hit it. You should leave it. You can't hit it and get a wide. Oh, 122 for 2. Did it land off the pitch? I thought it landed on the square, on the cut stuff. Oh, there you go. It
भाई
landed
चैनल
off
सब्सक्राइब
it.
कर दो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
So it is a
भाई
no
चैनल
ball.
सब्सक्राइब कर
He's
दो भाई
following
चैनल
it better,
सब्सक्राइब
and
कर दो
then
भाई
he's following it
भाई
better.
एक हर्षदीप के लिए लाइक कर दो
Have a
भाई
look at this bag.
एक जसप्रीत
They
बुमराह के
rolled
लिए
that
लाइक कर
red
दो भाई
soil
एक
pitch
जसप्रीत
to the
बुमराह के
side.
लिए एक जसप्रीत बुमराह के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई
Have a look. He's
जसप्रीत
gone, and
बुमराह
he's
के लिए
gone,
लाइक कर दो भाई एक
and he's
जसप्रीत
followed him.
बुमराह के लिए लाइक कर दो
I love how
एक
he hits
जसप्रीत
it
बुमराह के लिए
though.
लाइक कर दो भाई एक
No ball,
जसप्रीत
free
बुमराह के लिए
hit.
लाइक कर दो भाई
That'll be wide. Got to bowl that again.
एक शिवम दुबे के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई शिवम दुबे के लिए एक शिवम दुबे के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई एक सब्सक्राइब भी कर देना भाई एक शिवम दुबे के लिए
Just a reminder on the laws of that, it has to land on the cut strip. If not, it is a no ball. We'll get another free hit. 72, still 5 overs to go. There's a few milestones that could be at play here.
That's a dot.
भाई चैनल
Oh
सब्सक्राइब कर
dear.
देना भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब
Thought
कर देना
about it.
भाई चैनल
Oh,
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
kids,
भाई
it
एक
took
हर्षदीप के
ages
लिए भाई
there.
लाइक कर दो
Oh,
एक एम्पायर के लिए भाई लाइक कर दो भाई एम्पायर के लिए एक
especially if
एम्पायर
you're
के लिए
having a
भी
hard
लाइक कर
time
दो भाई
already. Creeps across a little bit. Oh,
That is
come
rough.
on, riff.
That is rough.
एक शिवम दुबे के लिए लाइक कर
Nothing
दो
worse
भाई
than leaving a free hit.
Bailed him out, didn't he? There you go. Strikes that. Strikes it beautifully. 6 at a finish. 1-3-1 for 2. Yeah, look at his half century. Struggled to get it away in the power play against the Pacers. But stuck it out as he has done through the course of the tournament actually. Showed good fight and then he's found his range and is now up to 78 from 48 balls. Really well played.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो एक बार चक्रवर्ती के लिए एक लाइक कर दो भाई
That's another 6. So flurry of sixes here. This time it's
एक
Sikandar
बार
Raza.
चक्रवर्ती के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई वरुण चक्रवर्ती के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई
Going down, playing a few shots. Then at 78, Raza 25, partnership 65.
The second 6 is hit of Varun Chakravarti here. Hitting at the top of the bounce, slightly short maybe. Preparing from Sikandar Raza. See, that's one of the strengths. Hitting on the leg side towards mid-wicket and long on. He's managed to do it twice now.
He's a good cricketer, good competitor. Bennett too has played some really good shots.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई लाइक कर दो ना ईशान किशन के लिए भाई एक ईशान किशन के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई ईशान किशन के लिए भाई लाइक कर दो एक ईशान किशन के लिए ईशान किशन को एक सब्सक्राइब कर देना भाई
India, on the other hand, Ravi bhai, I feel has just removed the foot of the gas a little bit. They know they're obviously in pole position to control this game. They were going quite nicely. That's Brian Bennett for you. 258 runs in this comp so far. Third highest run getter. Markram was brilliant in the morning against West Indies. Unbeaten, taking his team home quite comfortably. Bennett did that twice in Colombo.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो
Somebody who was able to
भाई चैनल
understand
को सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
part of all three
वीडियो को लाइक
formats.
कर दो भाई
Young
वीडियो को
man,
लाइक
bowled a
कर
bit
दो
of off
भाई
spin today.
बबल चक्रवर्ती के लिए
Definitely stronger suit batting, and he's done really nicely. This is a good bowling attack that he's up against. He gave him a lot of confidence.
It's in the gap. Will beat the fielder at long off. Zimbabwe going down here, playing a few shots. The required rate is over 27.
DK and Ravi, I just wonder also, talking about confidence, how this match and the last for Varun Chakravarti, it's almost like there's just that little question mark in such a short area in India's bowling attack. And he's just been opened up a little bit in the last few matches. It's the end of the 16th, 143 for 2.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
Good work from Surya, and even better work from Varun, coming back to the stumps, picking it up on the bounce comfortably in Raza. But good play overall.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई बबल चक्रवर्ती के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई वीडियो को बबल चक्रवर्ती के लिए लाइक कर दो सूर्य भाई के लिए कर दो सूर्य भाई के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
Arshdeep Singh,
एक हर्षदीप के लिए
24 balls
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
remaining.
भाई लाइक
Still
कर
over
दो
100 runs to
भाई एक
get.
हर्षदीप के लिए भाई लाइक कर दो और सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
One box that was ticked today for India was Abhishek Sharma, which I think is such a critical part of this game. As India's first 5-6 overs has been crushed out of the park today, something that they will definitely, should they get through into those semis, take into that with great confidence. But this question mark over Varun Chakravarti just opened that door, the way that opposition players have targeted him. You would have said that they would have actually thought, right, like Bumrah, we're not really interested in being too attacking against him, but they've turned the tables on that discussion.
That's in the air. This should be taken. Yes. Abhishek
भाई
making
एक
no
हर्षदीप के
mistake.
लिए सब्सक्राइब बढ़ा दो भाई एक हर्षदीप के लिए लाइक कर दो और एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई एक हर्षदीप के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो
Raza, the man dismissed.
एक अफसर शर्मा के लिए लाइक कर
Looking
दो
for the
भाई एक
wicket.
अफसर शर्मा के लिए एक अफसर शर्मा के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
Arshdeep Singh is a wicket
अफसर
taker.
शर्मा ने हर्षदीप
Yet
भाई
again,
का
the knuckle
कैच
ball
लिया
coming to good effect. Simple catch to Abhishek Sharma. He had a few run-ins today in the field,
लाइक कर दो भाई अफसर
but
शर्मा
this
के
one's
लिए
going to make
हर्षदीप
him
के
feel
लिए
good. Had a good day with the bat, and now capped it off with a nice one on the field as well. Zimbabwe lose their third wicket. Skipper Sikandar Raza goes for 31, 144.
भाई एक लाइक कर दो अफसर शर्मा के लिए भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई हर्षदीप के लिए चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई हर्षदीप के लिए चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई हर्षदीप के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई एक हर्षदीप के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
So Ryan Ball is the new man out there. Arshdeep Singh now with that wicket is the joint highest wicket taker with Jasprit Bumrah for India in T20 World Cups. Both have 33.
Good first ball. And Sikandar Raza trying to flat bat it over long on. Just couldn't clear.
भाई हर्षदीप के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई हर्षदीप के लिए
Obviously had
लाइक
an
कर
injury
दो
scare, but still
एक
got out
हर्षदीप
there.
के लिए
Did
लाइक
his
कर
bit
दो
on the
भाई एक
field
हर्षदीप
and
के
with the
लिए
bat as well. Played a
अफसर
nice little
शर्मा के
innings.
लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई
Abhishek on the other hand, love Just like what Aidos said, the fact that he found some runs.
Might be just sliding down. Sleep is very confident.
Did you notice something there, Roy? It hit the pad. Arshdeep didn't appeal, he just put his hands up. No appealing. I didn't think he wanted to waste any of his energy whatsoever. Just put his hands up and asked. And they've gone up, interestingly. Surya, last moment deciding, let's call for the DRS. And Richard Kettleborough says, okay, let's go up.
We have a play review for LBW. Original decision is not out. Check things fearless. I'm looking at split screen.
सूर्य भाई के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, सूर्य भाई के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, और एक लाइक कर दो भाई सूर्य भाई के लिए। सूर्य भाई ने रिव्यू भाई इसलिए कमेंट कर दो भाई, लाइक कर दो भाई।
There's no bet involved. Here we go, flat line. Get through the bed. There's no bet involved. Go to ball track when available.
सूर्य भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई, सूर्य भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो, सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, हर्षदीप के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Original decision is not out. Pitching line, impacting line, wickets hitting. Wicket, Richard back on screen. I recommend you change your decision to out. You're on screen.
Fingers gone up.
सूर्य भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई, सूर्य भाई के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, सूर्य भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई, हर्षदीप के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई। भाई जल्दी जल्दी करो, जितने भाई देख रहे थे सारे भाई लाइक कर दो भाई, और शेयर कर दो भाई, शेयर।
So a fine innings. In fact, Bird is the man dismissed.
सूर्य भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई, सूर्य भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई, एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई सूर्य भाई के लिए।
144. Tony Munyomba comes out to the middle. Round the wicket says Arshdeep Singh.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Oh, that's edge past the keeper into the fence.
Coming around the wicket, Arshdeep just angling into the right-hand batter here.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर
Just
दो
takes trajectory straight onto the edge of the bat.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो,
Rhythm's good. That last ball at 140 clicks.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
He's a good operator. He's come along so nicely ever since he made his debut. Always willing to learn, try different things. Good reader of situations and batsmen. That's swung away. That'll get into the fence. One bounce. The 17 gone. 150 comes up. It's 152 for 4. Earlier today, Dinesh Karthik came out with the ICC World Cup trophy.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो, इंडिया जीत गई है भाई, ये चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, और वीडियो लाइक कर दो भाई। इंडिया जीतने वाली है 3 ओवर के बाद, इंडिया जीतने वाली है भाई, इंडिया जीत गई भाई। चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो, वीडियो लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो लाइक कर दो भाई, इंडिया जीतने वाली है। चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, वीडियो लाइक कर दो भाई।
see Hardik Pandya straight away going to his Yorkers. That's one trick that, looking back at the previous game towards the back end when he was bowling to Tristan Stubbs, he didn't back his Yorker as much as he would have liked. His slower ones were being met with, and a Yorker was a good option. So it's nice to see him thinking, okay, let me try the Yorker first up.
This will be handy, especially if he's bowling in the 10th. He's got to be able to mix it up. He's had a good match so far. Normally when he gets runs, he bowls well.
हार्दिक भाई के लिए एक सबसे कर दो और एक सिलेक्ट कर दो भाई हार्दिक भाई के लिए। जो हार्दिक भाई का फैन होगा वो एक सब्सक्राइब कर दे और जो सूर्य भाई का फैन होगा वो एक लाइक कर दे।
Opportunity to try it as well in this situation. Get some confidence going with that Yorker. Next game coming up, a big one against the West Indies. This is the last wicket to go.
A muffled appeal at best. But confirmation there from Ashdeep. So what's the problem, fellas? Surely the wicketkeeper, you could go up for me.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब
But live, with respect to the situation, live it didn't look like it was sliding from over the wicket. That angle that he creates.
उसके लिए लाइक कर दो।
Well, that's chipped in the air over Bumrah and into the boundary.
Ryan Bennett is having a good day, and when things happen on your day, this keeps flowing. Hardik watched him, went outside the off stump, just got some bat on it. Bumrah picked it up a bit late. Probably a touch too far as well. Another boundary to Bennett. He's closing in on what can be a very, very good innings here.
एक हार्दिक भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई, एक हार्दिक भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई, एक हार्दिक भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई, एक हार्दिक भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई और एक चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई हार्दिक भाई के लिए।
5 sixes, and a few of them came off the back foot. See how deep he gets into his crease, gives himself a little bit more extra time, and his impact points so much further than normal batters would. In good batting, he'll take home a lot of confidence after this innings. Solid over so far from Hardik Pandya. He'd be proud of that. He's tried 5 Yorkers. That's a close one, but no, just missing the stumps. He nailed 5 Yorkers here, and India will need that as they go further in this tournament. The Yorkers are going to be of very good use because in case they are bowling second, then 2 will come into play. Here we have another look at the run out. Bennett probably just making it there.
So good over this from Hardik Pandya. 18 gone, 161 for 4.
भाई सूर्य भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई, सूर्य भाई के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, सूर्य भाई के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, सूर्य भाई के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई और एक लाइक कर दो सूर्य भाई के लिए।
Still Ashdeep, 2 for 21. Good figures.
Do you think he's going for his 100 here? He's got 7 fours in his 85 so far. Do you think he's been thinking about it? He's just got 11 balls.
I think so. I do. I've never made a T20 100, so I'm telling you right now, if I was on 85, I'd be looking for it. It's an amazing result.
भाई
When
चैनल
you think
सब्सक्राइब
of
कर
the
लो भाई,
number
चैनल
of balls
सब्सक्राइब
that
कर
you
लो
have as an opener,
भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो भाई, वीडियो को लाइक कर दो। भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो। एक अर्शदीप के लिए भाई सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। अर्शदीप के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। अर्शदीप ने बोल्ड मारा है। अर्शदीप के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई। अर्शदीप के लिए एक लाइक कर दो भाई। अर्शदीप ने काफी बोल्ड मारा है। बोल्ड बहुत क्लियर है, इसलिए एक लाइक कर दो, सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। एक लाइक कर दो अर्शदीप के लिए भाई।
Around the wicket. Put to the face. So the fifth wicket goes down. 162 for 4.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
The Shinga Musekiwa comes out to the middle. Here's Ashdeep. Oh, another good Yorker.
Arshdeep Singh with his wide slingy action going around the wicket. Always hard for a right-hander to line that up. He's targeting the stumps quite nicely. Bye. There's been a few in this World Cup who've had a tough time with the bat, and I'm sure there are a few who've had a tough time with the ball. But Musekiwa, poor guy, has had a tough time with the field. Chalked a couple of chances the other day, and even today,
अर्शदीप के लिए लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
fielding
अर्शदीप
is
के
probably
लिए
the toughest part of playing this sport.
That's why when he took that catch towards the back end of the innings, it would have been a huge relief. They've gone upstairs.
Caught behind original decision is not out. Check these for you. I'm just looking at the split screen. Running through the clear gap on the left. We'll go back to
भाई सूर्य भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई। सूर्य भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई सूर्य भाई के लिए। और एक संजू सैमसंग के लिए एक लाइक कर दो भाई। संजू सैमसंग के लिए लाइक कर दो।
That's very good from Chris Gaffney. He's got that done really quick. It shows he has confidence in the system, saw the gap between the bat and the ball, didn't wait too long, didn't ask for.
चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Good angles created.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई। भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
Coming up tomorrow, it's England who are having a good run at the moment, taking on New Zealand, who won a terrific contest against Sri Lanka. Last ball of his spin. 3 for 23 at the moment. Once again, excellent bowling from Ashdeep Singh. He finishes with 3 for 24. It's 164 for 5, 6 balls remaining.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई। चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई। भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई। सात तारे को सुपर कर दो भाई। चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई। लाइव सात तारे को वर्ल्ड कप की लाइव इसी पर चलेगा।
England, New Zealand, 7 p.m. local time tomorrow from Colombo.
T20 वर्ल्ड कप लाइव इसी पर चलेगा। इसी चैनल पर चलेगा भाई। T20 वर्ल्ड कप लाइव 7 तारीख को
England already in the semi-finals.
अर्शदीप के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई, अर्शदीप के लिए एक लाइक कर दो भाई, और एक हार्दिक पांड्या के लिए भी सब्सक्राइब कर देना भाई।
Shivam Dube bowling the final over.
You asked me last over whether
भाई चैनल
Bennett was
सब्सक्राइब
going
कर
for
दो भाई,
100.
चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, इंडिया
He's
जीत
got
गई
to
भाई,
hurry
चैनल
up. He
सब्सक्राइब
just
कर दो
lost
भाई।
strike at that
भाई
critical
एक
time when he had
इंडिया
12 balls. He's
बाहर
got to get on
इंडिया के
strike.
लिए इंडिया जीत गई इसीलिए
And
सब्सक्राइब
he's
कर
had
दो
a
और एक लाइक
wonderful
कर दो भाई।
tournament. That's the
इंडिया
thing.
जीत गई इसीलिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो और एक लाइक कर दो भाई।
Third highest run scorer in the T20 World Cup. That's something that you can take back to your country and go, I'm extremely proud of that. No ball.
भाई एक लाइक कर दो, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई एक लाइक कर दो, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, भाई एक वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल
No
सब्सक्राइब
ball
कर दो भाई।
signaled, which means it's a free hit. Trying something different, trying the slower one.
भाई वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल
Moving his
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
fingers
भाई,
over.
वीडियो लाइक कर दो, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई।
There you go, second highest now, 267. Markram is on just a next level batting. Hetmeyer we saw the other night as well. Absolutely an on fire at Wankati Stadium. Ishan Kishan as well.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, भाई चैनल
Time of the
सब्सक्राइब
ball,
कर
so
दो भाई,
he's
इसी पर साथ
right up there
7
amongst
तारीख को
the
वर्ल्ड
world's
कप की लाइव
best here at
चलेगी
this
भाई।
tournament.
चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो
He'd
भाई,
be
इसी
very
पर
proud of
वर्ल्ड कप की
himself.
लाइव चलेगी 7 तारीख को, T20 वर्ल्ड कप की लाइव चलेगी भाई 7 तारीख को। चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो, इसी पर वर्ल्ड कप की लाइव चलेगी
He's
भाई
really
7
got to
तारीख
work
को।
on his bowling.
भाई
He's bowled
चैनल
5
सब्सक्राइब
no
कर लो
balls
भाई,
in this tournament.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो, इसी पर वर्ल्ड कप की लाइव चलेगी 7 तारीख को भाई, T20 वर्ल्ड कप की लाइव चलेगी भाई,
He has an important role to play.
जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, भाई जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई।
Become crucial in important games. That's well struck. That'll go over the side screen.
You're absolutely spot on, Ravi. These teams, as you get now into the semi-finals, are going to target those people that are going to be 20 plus runs and over. And that's the margins in this game. It's often 5-10 runs. It's not, as we've seen in some of the matches, 100-run margins. No chance. When the heat comes on, the margins get lesser. So you're dead set right. Shivam Dube's got to work on this element here for India.
एक सब्सक्राइब करवा दो यार भाई, एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो यार।
Oh, that's a good grab from Sanju Samson.
मैं कोई बड़ा क्रिएटर नहीं हूँ भाई।
Outside edge, goes flying across. And takes it with one hand.
Slower one yet again. The back of the hand. Sticking the pitch a bit. Sanju Samson got lovely hands. Made that look rather simple. Must have had a little bit of time because of the slow one, but still got the dive in time. Hands out. Most importantly, had control of the ball.
भाई एक संजू सैमसंग के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो और एक लाइक कर दो भाई, एक संजू सैमसंग के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो और एक लाइक कर दो भाई, संजू सैमसंग के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो और एक लाइक कर दो भाई, संजू सैमसंग के लिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो और एक लाइक कर दो भाई। एक संजू सैमसंग के लिए लाइक कर दो और एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, संजू सैमसंग के लिए एक लाइक कर दो भाई, एक संजू सैमसंग के लिए लाइक कर दो।
So Brad Evans.
See, Dube is making a conscious effort to bowl those back of the hand slow ones. We saw Hardik in the previous over try only Yorkers. Dube's turn and he's focused a lot on the slow ones. This one successful.
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो
He was magnificent. He's bowling those slower balls.
भाई,
Just
इंडिया
giving
जीत
South
के चैनल
Africa
सब्सक्राइब
a
कर दो
huge
भाई,
edge.
चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, इसी पे 7 तारीख
favourites
की लाइव चलेगी
on
सर
the new
आगे भाई
South
7
Africa at
तारीख
this
को
stage. Batting
7 तारीख
beautifully.
को लाइव
They
चलेगी
got their
T20
bowling
वर्ल्ड कप
lineups
की
under control. Goes for it and gets it. It's a magnificent strike for Bennett that takes him into the 90s.
भाई T20 वर्ल्ड कप की लाइव चलेगी 7 तारीख को चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो इसी का शाम 7 बजे चल जाएगी भाई शाम
Another
7 बजे
six for
चल
Bennett.
जाएगी भाई
For all the sixes he's
T20
missed
वर्ल्ड
out
कप
in the
7
league
बजे की
stages,
लाइव
he's making it up for. He's making it up tonight.
Yeah, he's hit
एक
6
लाइक
today.
करें चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दे भाई इंडिया जीती है भाई
Last ball.
भाई इंडिया जीते नहीं खुशी
Off
में
the game.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई और लाइक कर दो भाई
Goes again and finds the gap and a boundary to end the game. So India comfortable winners here by 72. And they've restricted Zimbabwe to 184 for 6. It all boils down now to their final game in the Super 8.
भाई इंडिया जीत गई
That's
इसीलिए
when they
सब्सक्राइब
take
कर दो
on
और लाइक
the
कर दो
West
भाई
Indies.
इंडिया
That's on
जीत
the
गई इसीलिए
1st
सब्सक्राइब कर
of
दो और
March
लाइक कर दो भाई
in Calcutta.
इंडिया जीत गई इसीलिए
But
सब्सक्राइब कर दो और
otherwise,
लाइक कर दो भाई
thought Ashdeep Singh was very good today. Abhishek amongst the runs. That augurs well. South Africa have all...
भाई एक लाइक कर दो भाई इंडिया जीत गई इसीलिए एक लाइक कर दो और कोई कमेंट कर दो और सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई और सिदीप के लिए लाइक 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 कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो इंडिया जीत गई भाई इंडिया जीत गई इसीलिए लाइक कमेंट कर दो भाई और सब्सक्राइब कर दो और लाइक कर दो भाई भाई इंडिया जीत गई इसीलिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो और लाइक कर दो इंडिया जीत गई भाई सब्सक्राइब कर दो और लाइक कर दो भाई भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो और लाइक कर दो भाई इंडिया जीत गई इसीलिए अगर आप लाइक करोगे तभी वर्ल्ड कप जीतेगी भाई इंडिया इसलिए सारे भाई लोग लाइक करें भाई इस वीडियो को लाइक करें कमेंट करें और शेयर करें इंडिया जीती है इसलिए भाई लाइक करते और कमेंट करें और चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें
comfortable winners in this Super 8 game. The Indians in Chennai got a big score
भाई
of
चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई
156
चैनल
for
सब्सक्राइब
4,
कर
the
लो भाई
highest score in T20 World Cups. And then restricted Zimbabwe to 184 for 6. Sikandar Raza, Zimbabwe,
भाई
they
चैनल
tried
सब्सक्राइब
hard.
कर लो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई इसी बार 7 तारीख को वो T20 वर्ल्ड कप की लाइव चलेगी भाई T20 वर्ल्ड कप की लाइव चलेगी सब्सक्राइब कर लो और लाइक करें भाई
Really good shots.
इंडिया जीत गई भाई इंडिया जीत गई भाई इंडिया जीत गई
Brian Bennett, the star of the show for Zimbabwe, 97.
इंडिया
He
जीत
got
गई भाई इंडिया जीत गई इसीलिए सब्सक्राइब कर दो
becomes the
भाई
second highest run getter in this World Cup.
ये सब्सक्राइब बढ़ा दो भाई ये सब्सक्राइब
With a nice little 31, but other than that,
इंडिया जीत गई इसलिए एक लाइक कर दो भाई एक लाइक कर दो इंडिया के लिए
184 for the loss of 6 wickets.
इंडिया के लिए लाइक कर दो भाई कमेंट कर दो और शेयर कर दो
And with the bowling,
और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो इंडिया जीत गई इसीलिए
picked up 3
इंडिया
wickets.
जीत गई
Hardik fought the
इसीलिए
ball
लाइक
quite
चैनल
nicely, but
सब्सक्राइब
then
कर
picked
दो
up a
भाई
wicket. Bumrah, very rare to see his name not there in the wickets column. Varun, Akshar and Dubey picking up a wicket each, but all of them going for plenty.
So there you go, 256 for 4. Zimbabwe winning the toss, putting India into bat. And Abhishek Sharma back amongst the runs, 55 for him. Hardik, a good half century. Tilak played his part, as did Ishan Kishan. And Zimbabwe in reply, 184 for 6. And Ashdeep Singh, 3 for 24.
Good. chatted about how Tilak Verma can take on spinners. But today he took on their pacers quite nicely. Came in a little later than he normally would, but played some lovely shots, getting 44 and smashed it at the
भाई
back.
चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो, भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो। 7 तारीख को इसी 50 वर्ल्ड कप की लाइव चलेगी और
For India would have wanted Tilak to get runs, and he has managed
और
to.
वीडियो लाइक कर दो। इंडिया जीती इसलिए लाइक कर दो भाई, इंडिया जीती इसलिए लाइक कर दो भाई,
Hardik Pandya had a good game too.
इंडिया जीती इसलिए लाइक कर दो भाई, लाइक कर दो भाई, लाइक कर दो भाई, इंडिया जीतेगी तो लाइक कर दो भाई, इंडिया जीतेगी इसलिए लाइक कर दो भाई, लाइक कर दो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, इंडिया जीतेगी इसलिए चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, इंडिया जीतेगी इसलिए चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई। भाई आप भी सभी सपोर्ट दिखाओ भाई, सपोर्ट दिखाओ भाई।
India winning by 72. So let's go down now to Bobby Mbangwa. He's got the player of the match with him.
भाई छोटे क्रिकेटर को कोई सपोर्ट नहीं करता है भाई, आप ही कर दो छोटे क्रिकेटर को सपोर्ट, तो सब्सक्राइब बढ़ा दो भाई।
World Cup with himself in Robin Uthappa, former India batter and keeper. You take a photo? Okay, nicely done.
भाई हार्दिक भाई के लिए एक लाइक कर दो भाई, एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, हार्दिक भाई के लिए एक लाइक कर दो भाई, एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, हार्दिक भाई के लिए एक लाइक कर दो भाई, एक सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, हार्दिक भाई के लिए चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, हार्दिक भाई के लिए, हार्दिक भाई के लिए चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो और एक लाइक कर दो भाई, हार्दिक लाइक कर दो हार्दिक भाई के लिए भाई।
I felt I was trying to hit too hard, and just in the game I realized I think I can time the ball and hit sixes as well. So I think for me it was a good game to continue the rhythm, because I feel a couple of games I had which I could not do what I wanted to do. So really satisfied. And as far as you're concerned in formulating what needs to happen whilst you sit on the side and watch the other guys do that, tell me what that does in your own head. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously South Africa played. South Africa and West Indies game was, we all were keeping an eye. Now it's all about playing good cricket, backing your skill set. All this pressure, kind of absorbing the pressure and making out and making sure that you put the best foot forward. So yeah, definitely we were keeping the eye, but at the same point of time, once the game got over, we focused that this is our game. We need to focus on this. Speak about the bowling as well. When you get runs, generally you bowl well. How did you feel you went?
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई, चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो।
I think I like bowling with the new ball. It swings. I mean, God has been kind. I have the skill set of bowling in swing, out swing both. So I really enjoy. It gives. I think it gives me the
भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर लो और लाइक कर दो हार्दिक भाई के लिए, हार्दिक भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो। मैन ऑफ द मैच मिला है भाई को, हार्दिक भाई को, इसीलिए लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, हार्दिक भाई के लिए लाइक कर दो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई, हार्दिक भाई के लिए।
Important game coming out. Thank you, sir.
Well, there's no denying that there was a swirl of opinions, maybe a little bit of panic around Team India and the manner that they went down
भाई
to
चैनल
South
सब्सक्राइब कर
Africa.
लो भाई,
But in
चैनल
this
सब्सक्राइब कर लो।
match,
7
they have
तारीख को
made
Zimbabwe T20
statements.
वर्ल्ड कप की लाइव
Abhishek
चलेगी।
Sharma finally getting amongst the runs, stacked 2.5 century, finishing off in style as he always does with the power that he possesses. Hardik Pandya half century, and also a very significant knock for Tilak Verma because he had been struggling against spin. Today he took on the pace. It is one of those positive thinking ones that gets you forward. For Zimbabwe, it was always going to be an incredibly tough ask because India hammered 17 sixes and set a total of 257. However, the claps, of course, for Team India and the men in blue who win by 72 runs. But a word on Brian Bennett as well for Zimbabwe, who are officially now out of semi-final contention here on Higher Match Centre Live. But we also know with Sanjay Banga and Irfan Pathan that was it. India knew you basically got to win everything from here if you want to retain that World Cup. It's a virtual knockout against West Indies at Eden Gardens. That's what it is.
Absolutely, and what a cracker of a game it's going to be because West Indies played really good cricket as well. Even today we saw against South Africa, after losing so many wickets, I think 86 for 6, and they still got 177, and so they know how to fight as well. Eventually South Africa won today as well. We knew that this Indian team